Hello, hello, and welcome back as the inevitable keeps rolling down the tracks like the train that Neo used to flatten Agent Smith. In Perfidious Pete Plays Darkest Dungeon. Last episode, you know what? It's what I get, man. It's what I get. Frankly, it's what I deserve for having the temerity to think that I could get Sean Bean through something being recorded for the purposes of entertainment and that I could get him through it alive. It's not gonna happen. And somebody out there's like, yeah, don't kid yourself, Pete. There's no entertainment here. You're not an entertainer. You're more of an object lesson for what not to do in life. Okay, fine, have it your way. You're right, I suck, I admit it. But still, I should be called on the carpet for my audacity with the whole way I treated Sean Bean. You know what? It's not just audacity. It's hubris. Sheer hubris. The kind that has not been seen since Oedipus Rex, and he gouged out his own eyes and fucked his mom. That's it. That's the level of hubris that I'm on. Nobody can avert the doom that awaits Sean Bean and every character that he plays, has ever played, or will ever play. And again, hypothetical internet skeptic, don't even bring up Percy Jackson and the Olympians, because sure, Sean Bean's character may have lived through that, but we all know that his soul didn't. And don't throw Silent Hill at me either, because I know Sean Bean lives through Silent Hill, but he's so much not a character in that movie that it would have been harder for the screenwriters to kill him than it was for them to just let him continue to be ignored. And if your character is so irrelevant to the plot that the writers are too lazy to murder you, that doesn't count as surviving either. Nope. Sean Bean, he dies. Dying's what Sean Bean does, and usually in a powerful and meaningful way. And I suppose, you know what? This case, when it comes to powerful and meaningful, is no exception, because now that I'm as gutted by Ned Stark's death here as I was when they lopped off his head in Game of Thrones. Oh, Pete, spoilers. Yeah. If you haven't read the books or seen the show by now, you're never gonna. It's not a spoiler. He's torn our team apart. We had Shane, we had Caitlin Stark, we had Padme. They were going through the dungeon, rocking and rolling. And now what are we gonna do? We gotta get like Hoburn Washburn or Dwayne Hicks to take his place? These guys got a lot of EXP they're gonna have to make up before they're ready to take his place. So I kind of feel like we gotta get started. We gotta get that ball rolling. We gotta get started on that. How are we gonna do it? We got Quint, we got Dwayne. It shouldn't be Hicks, simply because he's already covered. So maybe we take Wash, Bradshaw, Dawson, and I don't want to go in with level zeros though. Who else could I do? We could do Maud Flanders, Laurie Grimes, Trinity, and Wash. That's not a terrible team, and it helps us get Wash on the pathway. We got to get Wash to level 3, which sucks because we got to do it, and we got to do it really, really fast. We need a team to go in and bum rush this dungeon. And it's almost to the point where I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, Brody, Crawley, Blake, and Snape are the better move. Maybe we abandon this team because it's going to be a while till we've got a level 3 to fill in with them, but Brody, Crawley, Blake, and Snape, they could start working the goods now. You have rabies and vampire experience. It's not the end of the world. And also, here's the other thing. Brody, Crawley, Blake, and Snape would be pretty good in the first Darkest Dungeon as well. There's a lot of size 2 creatures, which, that we can get some bonuses against. Mark targets, focus, fire, and damage. You know what? Maybe we cast it over and go for Team Mark synergy. Do we try it? Let's see what our missions are. Because the one thing we have learned is hashtag fuck the cove. Never again. We're never going back into the cove, ever. Oh, we want the Sacred Scroll, though, desperately. Do we have a team that could kill the Gibbering Prophet? It's the Sonorous Prophet. If these guys could get swings at him, they could wreck him. Just wreck him. Get him marked, get swung up at him. They're not optimally positioned, though, because they don't really hit that 4th slot very well. I mean, Blake can, but he's the only... You know what? I think this team maybe has a chance. Let's give him a shot. Matthew Crowley. Okay, we got to unequip all trinkets. And, yep. Okay. And sort those by rarity. Blasphemous Vial. Ooh, a Plague Doctor would be really good in this. Do we have a Plague Doctor? No, we've only got Laurie Grimes. All right, we're gonna have to try it. We're gonna have to try it the hard way, and by the hard way, I mean the stupid way. So, don't you mean the Perfidious Pete way? Yes, the stupid way is also the Perfidious Pete way. I know this as well. Bonus damage versus beast. Don't need it. What we need Blight skill chance, nice, but no. Blight resist, disease resist. The Sonorous Prophet does have a blight, so that wouldn't be terrible, especially if we wanted to give a speed penalty, and we kind of do, because we want to lower Snape's speed. Actually, not Snape. You're not the, no, we want to raise Snape's speed, which we should be able to do, because don't we have an occultist trinket that raises your speed? Well, we're definitely going to give you Junia's head, which does have bonus stress, but we're going to need those heals. Dodge, blight, bleed, and disease. Debuff, no. You know, that's actually not terrible. I don't like the dodge penalty, though. Bonus damage, that has penalty to dodge. Bonus damage versus unholy. Bonus bleed skill chance, we should want to avoid that. Light, I thought we had something that gave us a bonus to speed. I guess not. So is it just going to be Junia's head, then, for Severus Snape? Are we only going to send Severus Snape into the dungeon with the severed head? Also, how come that's not how Snape got killed? Doesn't it seem reasonable that somebody should have severed his head? Well, you do have a debuff skill. You know what? Sure. It lowers your dodge by 2, but it's probably all things considered going to be okay. Agility whistle then for a Houndmaster. I miss the ability to double up on trinkets. It's something they took out like in early beta, I think. It hasn't been in for a good long while, but it was useful. Bonus damage versus unholy. Bleeds. Bonus bleed skill chance. We don't have Hound's Harry. We do, you know what? Yeah, we have some bleed skills, though. It's worthwhile. And then what do we want to do here? Well, we want to lower your speed, so let's give you bonus dodge. Taking away some of your max HP. Oh, no, I don't want the health stone. Where's the damage thing? I want the one that gives us damage. It's this thing, right? Damage stone. Lowers our dodge. And then we're going to get that dodge back with an agility stone. And both of these... Yeah, so we've lowered our speed and gotten 10% extra damage. I'm comfortable with that. What can we do for you? Bonus protection. I don't mind lowering your guys' speed, not even a little. I don't want to lower your dodge, though. But I don't mind taking hits to the speed bump here because we do want to have Snape firing off first so he can be the man marking targets for us. Blight and disease risk for -2 speed? Hell yeah, we'll do that. Dismas head, Barrison's head, Blasphemous Vial. Don't really need any of that. That's got our trinkets sorted. I'm feeling like I thought maybe that it was going to be the end of all things when we took that shot with Ned Stark. Maybe we can rally it around, maybe, just maybe. But this feels like it's going to be the deciding call on whether or not we can rally it around here. This really is going to be it, because if this goes badly, we're probably sunk. We're probably done dealing. So we are fighting a boss. I think we take 2 full stacks of food. No reason to mess around here. Let's make sure we've got plenty of everything. 3 shovels. We'll take 1 anti-venom, 1... you know what? Let's take more anti-venoms, because he has a blight attack. Let's take 3, in fact. 1 medicinal herb, 1 skeleton key, just in case. And you know what? Screw it. We're going to the ruins. Bottle of holy water, too. I'm just taking everything. Fuck it. Throw in the kitchen sink. I don't care. How did that ever become a saying, by the way? Throw in the kitchen sink. You throw stuff into the kitchen sink. You don't throw kitchen sinks at stuff. Oh, we hit him with everything but the kitchen sink. You hit somebody with a kitchen sink, they're gonna die. Kitchen sinks are huge. If somebody threw a kitchen sink at you, that person is now your friend. We threw everything we had at him, including the kitchen sink. Oh, also he's dead because we hit him with a sink and it weighed like 140 pounds and crushed his skull. Turns out we should have just thrown the sink first. All of the other shit we threw as a warm-up, waste of time. We should have started with the sink. We got some early scouting, which is nice. We have to go... Well, we're going this way for sure, because our Sonorous Prophet is either here or here. Not a lot of choice there. It's lovely to have to burn a shovel early. On the plus side, we can get a little cheap stress relief from disarming this... Oh, it's not a trap. Ooh. We have holy water. Who's got stress? Okay, Snape, this one's you, buddy. You gotta go confess your sins. Absolve yourself. Purge away the evil. There you go. Praying the gay away. Not that Snape was gay. It's more of a Dumbledore thing, and not that that's something you should want to pray away anyway. For one thing, that's definitely gonna not work. And 2, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So what? You're in the dude, Snape. That's fine. We're all cool with it. Nobody has a problem with that here, and medicinal herbs are gonna get us a fat stack of cash. Or, you know, 1,000 gold. Better than nothing. In that it's, you know, that's the most... God damn it, Brody. Okay, only foul-smelling air. Caught a break there. Caught a break. Usually, Brody, I mean, he opened it up, and basically we just got a whiff of fart wind instead of getting smashed into it and crushed. So how do we want to handle this? Stress units are going to be a problem. We have minimal ways to deal with stress. So we're going to want to try and we also have a stress-causing unit as a final foe as well. So we need to switch you two in party order. Because you have hook and slice, and you have our stun. Shit pickles. Well, what we should do then is try to get a kill. So you throw 5 damage at him, huh? Alright. Well, there's like a jillion stress right off the bat. That's beautiful. Stun a stress-causing unit, please, and try and push them to the fore. And in the meantime, we're going to go with our Bissell Artillery back here. Mostly just to soften this guy up to see if we can get a kill. No, 5. Why are we hitting, like, little girls here? We're doing like 4 damage. You guys should be hitting way harder than this. Do we have all rank 1 skills? We have all rank 1 skills. This is probably not going to go that well for us. We should have trained. Should have spent some time training. On the plus side, we don't have to take another stressful incantation, so we got that going for us. Give me the hook and slice and try and pull this man forward. We want this bone courtier up where somebody else can swing at him. Beautiful. The dodges. Although, on our, we're dodging them back, but it doesn't do us any good because it's the stress that's the problem when we're not dodging the stress. This is very double plus ungood. 7, we came 1 short. Just don't miss. Alright, that's fine. Little bit of free stress relief for Brody as well. Damage we're surprisingly well equipped to handle here because Severus Snape is a healing fool. Just go ahead and finish this guy before he gets... Nobody wants to hit anything at all. And you couldn't even give me 5 damage there?
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Alright, well, Snape's going to have to go into heal mode now because we're starting to get a little bit wrecked up. Let's just go ahead and hook and slice this. How are these guys so goddamned unhittable? Why are we missing every attack? Everything is a miss suddenly? This shit.
Be gone, fiend.
We criticaled for 11. I'm thinking about bailing out of this dungeon and going back for upgrades on skills. Because, okay, somebody finally hit for something that wasn't minimum damage. Okay, you two got to switch. Oh, wait, no. Flashbang can... Never mind. Oh, you both are rocking Flashbang. You have finish him. What do you got? You have come hither. You two actually do need to swap. Cousin Matthew's going to open the chest. Contents are ours. I'm very dubious about our chances against the Prophet. Just because of the... Well, 1, because we're going to have to fight 10 billion fights to get there. And 2, with the rate that we're missing. Oh, good. We've surprised the enemy, a thing which I know that I personally am hugely a fan of. I love surprising the enemy. Okay, so we need... And I love the fact that I gave these guys massive speed penalties and they still win every single speed roll ever. Massive speed penalties, still winning all the speed rolls. Our guys can't hit anything. What is going on, guys? Everything is a miss? Have they, like, done some patches recently or something? Why are we missing so much? And for the old gods... Resisted to bleed. Snape really needs to get on the heels here. We can come hither this guy in the hopes to pull him forward so that somebody can maybe get a shot on him. There we go. Henry Blake doing some work. Nice to see somebody doing some work. Snape. Well, there's a heal. We don't even, at least if we get to bleed, we don't really have to worry about it. 24 total health. When I said this may be our make or break dungeon... Yeah, turns out I think this may be the dungeon that breaks us. Alternatively, we could run, but then we've wasted a week. We will get no experience out of that. It will be an all-out total waste. 14 damage on the marked target is nice. We got to go for the heal again. He healed 2. Just enough to undo the bleed, I suppose. Got a kill for Blake, and honestly, see if we can flashbang this man enough to stun him. Got the stun. Okay, good. Stun is immediately gone, but he didn't get a chance to attack us as a result. And heaven knows we're not going to lose a speed roll ever again, because all of our guys have 8 trillion speed. There's a big heal from Snape. And collect. There it is. Okay. Matthew Crowley with the big wax. The man carries, he walks softly, carries a big stick. He's the epitome of the Teddy Roosevelt philosophy. He walks softly, but his stick is monstrously huge. And yes, I'm talking about his penis because he's got a pretty damn nice one. Sizable, thickness. It's got all the things that you normally would look for and appreciate in a good penis. It's got it all. I hate this fight already. Okay, so you got to get stunned. We got the stun, didn't get the shuffle. That's fine. He missed his turn. Well, Snape can only go Abyssal Artillery for minimal damage. And by minimal, I mean he actually halfway killed both of those guys. Snape can take a Tempting Goblet, although the stress really does rack up pretty quickly on Snape when they throw it at him. Move this guy. Brody, what is wrong? Why are you missing every attack, bro? What the hell is wrong with you? You're missing every single shot.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Little bump in the night, nothing to worry about. Another bump in the night. Only a problem when it criticals, because of course it did. Stress is starting to get a little bit out of hand. If only we had a little bit of dedicated stress relief, that would be nice. Well, at least the corpse didn't dodge. Crowley's going to shuffle that man to the front. That's beautiful, because now we're going to kill him. And I'm less concerned about the bow and rabble. We may go for... Let's go ahead and cry havoc here. We need some stress relief. We got 3. Beautiful. That's quality stress work there, guys. 3. Nice. Top notch. Top notch. 7 damage for you. We're going to have to go for the heal here. A nice big heal from Snape. He's been getting it done in the heal department. A bump in the night, which was dodged. Beautiful. Heal from Brody. Got to go for the howl. Maybe do a little better this time, Blake. All right, 9 aggregate stress relief. It's better. I'll give you credit. It is better. Healed for 3. Managed to resist the bleed, which undid most. You know what? No. Do the havoc again. We also can camp and get some modicum of stress relief from the camping as well. Can we pull this man forward? I'm not going to complain about the minimum damage because Brody did at least hit a guy, and it's the first time. He's like that kid in a Little League team who's batting 9th in the lineup because he's not really very good, but like his dad's the assistant coach, so he feels like, you know, the coach is like, I got to play him. So he's getting in there and he's getting play time, but he's really, really bad, so he's batting last in the order, playing right field. Because everybody's left-handed and everybody's right-handed in Little League, and everybody in, you know, small ball is a pole hitter. You got to encourage him when he does anything. He's also kind of timid, and it's like he's afraid of the ball. He doesn't really want to be in the box, but his dad forces him to play. You got to encourage that kid anytime you can, and that's the kind of hesitant feeling I'm getting from Brody here. So I'm just trying to do everything I can to make him feel safe and wanted. Don't touch the books. Nobody touches books. Okay, finally, a fight without a stress-causing unit in it. I'm shockingly okay with this. If you're going to win every speed roll, just go ahead and throw a mark. I would really rather prefer you be the guy doing the damage. But you know what? If you're going to win all the speed rolls anyway, just do the damage. Take the mark. Set up the big hit. I really feel like having Severus Snape go for the kill there was definitely the right move. Not just because we got the kill, but because that man with a critical was the only way we were likely to take stress. The critical on these guys is relatively low. Also, he's mostly dead. No, he's only mostly dead. Marked, and he still managed to miss. Nice work. Okay, see, now Brody's starting to come into his own. And we're going to cry havoc. Let's slip the Dogs of War. Little bump in the night. As long as it doesn't critical, we're fine. It did not. See earlier codicil about we're fine. Let's go ahead and heal here. puts everybody back on top. 8 damage. We can finish this guy off as long as Crawley doesn't miss. Let's go for more stress relief. Good work, Cousin Matthew. Now take a critical to the face and get a bunch of stress out of it. No, all right, we got hit, but only for 4 damage. And it bought us another Cry Havoc as well. All in all, stress gain then, and Brody finishes it out. Little stress relief for the kill. There we go. All right, we're getting him under control. 25 gold, 4 crests. What do I want to get rid of in favor of this? Nothing. These deeds we absolutely must keep under any circumstance. We could get rid of this, you know, get rid of that citrine. I would rather have a stack of gold than a citrine. Crests we could trade in for something more useful in theory. You know what? I'm going to ditch the bandages in favor of crests. That is a very questionable decision, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, like a minimum of fights between us and the boss here would be... You've got to be kidding me. We got to fucking fight in every single hallway now? Just, all I'm looking for is like one tiny little break here. We'll have somebody poke this, but not you. Aaron has nothing but ashes inside. Just like there's nothing but ashes in my mouth and heart. Okay, no stress causing unit. This is fine. This is just damage. We can deal with damage. Especially when Snape starts things off with a nice little critical for us. That sets us up for a kill on one of those Coralmen. They're going to do some damage. Snape can, by and large, probably just undo it. Let's go for the flash here. Got the stun. Perfect. You know, we could probably kill... I was going to say we could probably kill one of those guys with just a lucky swing. Didn't quite get him. That's okay. We're going to finish that man off with a missile artillery. Little bump in the night from Matthew. Another bump in the night. All right, you're getting a lot of bumps here, Matty. Was hoping to get a little more out of that. Abyssal artillery got 1 kill, set up another. We're gonna take some more bumps in the night. We're dodging these bumps really nice, man. These guys know how to take a bump in the night. They've, you know, they've done their homework at the wrestling academy. They know how to take a bump. You know what? Just finish this man. It doesn't do catastrophic damage, but it does good enough damage. It's gonna let us pump you with a little bit of a heal. And you know what? A little bit of stress relief as well. Henry Blake, what do you got? All right, he's got 6 for us. That'll do. Nicholas Brody with the setup. We're not gonna get the kill here. Oh, we're gonna get the kill undamaged, baby. There it is. I really like the way this team operates. They work really well together. Jester's dice, 4 accuracy, 4 dodge. We already have a set of Jester's dice. It is worth some pretty good cash, though.
As the light gains purchase.
You know what? I'm going to get rid of the torch. Hey, Pete, how come you're not getting rid of those dog biscuits? Well, for once, I'm going to try and make proper use of those dog biscuits by using them against our boss. We know this room is empty. I would love to get some scouting, not necessarily every single hallway and every single room between us and the boss has had a fucking fight. No empty, no free rides here, huh? Darkest Dungeon, is that what it is? Ass, gas, or grass? Nobody rides for free? I mean, if you want the ass, I'll give you the ass. You just gotta ask. We finally got our marking unit able to lead things off by marking a target. Snape finally won a speed roll, and then Matthew Crowley follows it up by hitting a man for 7 damage. Oh, okay. The 14 was nice behind it. All things considered, we'll take it. You know what? Just actually Cry Havoc here. The most stress relief we're going to get out of this is like 3. We only really have 2 units with stress. The dodge from Severus Snape, though. Really good, Snape. Matthew Crowley with the dodge. Okay, well, come here. Get over here! Oh, you just got scorpion pulled, son? Now you gonna get wrecked? We're actually gonna have Blake go for the bone rabble in the back. This guy's gonna bayonet jab, which I believe moves him back 1. Yep, that's fine. We're still gonna harvest his soul with our axe. And you know what? Kill this man. Snape, what was that? All that time spent in defense against the dark arts class, you've lost your swing with your knife, man. You're getting too reliant on that wand, brother. You You gotta rely on the little fisticuffs every now and then. I think we're gonna go for the heal here. We do want to try and be in tip-top shape when we fight the boss. Let's all just miss the target. What do you say? Everybody want to just miss a couple times? Called your bluff, friend. There we go. Okay, Crest, we're not going to be able to take that jade. There's nothing I want to throw on the floor in favor of picking up a jade. Now we have a room fight, too. Delightful. Are we still above light? And we're good. We're still rocking max light. And yes, I know I hate surprise, and lowering my light level is one way to hate surprise, but the extra stress, damage, and criticals you take from enemies who are, you know, when you're fighting in less light is actually worse. As bad as surprising the enemy is, those things are all worse. Mark this big fatty so that the 2 bounty hunters can then destroy him. Hit me Abyssal Artillery on this back, guys. And now make with the destruction. That's a pretty good start, Nicholas Brody. 18 damage, that's a good move. Point blank shot is what did Ned Stark low with the 21 point damage critical, but these guys are not Ned Stark. The dodge! Also, you can swap our bounty hunters in position all you want. Doesn't bother us in the least. Go ahead and move us around. We don't care. 14 damage for Tubby. 31 damage critical for Tubby. Tubby getting wrecked. Oh, so sorry, Tubbs. Not that I'm mocking you for your weight. Maybe it's a glandular thing. Maybe you can't help it. We gotta heal. I would love to be aggressive and go for the kill, but healing was the right move. Also, I don't know why I said kill so weirdly. We got to go for the kill. Apparently, I'm a pirate, and we're going to drag a man behind our boat. Go for the kill. Nice critical. Too bad we didn't even get stress relief out of it, though. But followed up by Henry Blake with another critical of his own. Ha! Indeed. Radar O'Reilly. Radar O'Reilly. In some word for us. I just can't talk today. Nobody's bleeding, so we don't really need that bandage. Let's restore our party to order. Oh, we actually are in order? Oh, we are in default party. Well, here, touch this. Protects the hero with a nightly aura. That gives us, all right, extra dodge and protection until we camp. Well, assuming we can make it to the boss on a relatively low stress level, we might forego the camp and just try and rock him. Maybe camp afterwards. We could get some nice buffs, but with that buff and the extra dodge, maybe we don't need it. Yeah, that trap is unfortunate. Burn a couple torches. We really would love to scout here so we'd have to go 2 different directions and possibly backtrack. No scouting. Well, when in doubt, right is usually correct. Right is usually right. Get it? I'm not funny. The stress from that is real awful, though. Nope. Okay, we've got the food. Do we want to go in slightly under health? No. Let's eat. This may not be our boss fight. That's the other thing we got to remember. This might not be it. Oh, right is, as always, right. We got this down. Okay. Calamitous Prognostication. So that's going to do massive damage to us when it hits us. But that's why we brought Severus Snape here. So how do we want to handle these? These things have a huge protection. This guy is basically moved. Yeah, he can't be moved at all. We mark him. There's a reason we start with the mark. We could stun him. How's his stun? His stun resistance is also pretty good. I think we just start we mark and start working our way through the pews. Our bounty hunters are going to have to carve their way through these. There's really no way around it. Fortunately, they do have the high damage output to help us. And we got Henry Blake here. This is why we brought Henry Blake. He's our 4th man biter. He can go back there, hit him for the big damage on the marked target, and also start applying those bleeds. And he's got his eye on Henry Blake. Henry Blake ain't worried about a little eyeballing. He's seen worse than that. It's going to take more than a fistful of eyes to scare Henry Blake. Matthew Crawley with the sick dodge. Calamitous Prognostication for Brody. Yeah, you've seen Crumbling Earth, Stone, and Blood, but you got bonus dodge right now, bro. Henry Blake continues working him over. Go ahead and... There's 1 pew down. Okay. Oh, so far so good. And we can start working this man over if we wanted to. Do we want to... You know what? I think we need to keep working the pews. Let's try and chop him through. If we can get this guy up one more position, we can have these guys start swinging at him. And we're going to go ahead and keep the Sonorous Prophet with the debuff here. We want to keep him marked. We want to lower his dodge. Got his eye. Okay. Oh, Snape, buddy, with the stun. We did not need that. Because we're going to need you to heal after this Rubble of Ruin. Actually, 11 damage is not that big of a deal. More Calamitous Prognostication. Okay. Something not right about this spot. What are you talking about? You're in the good spot there. You're in the right spot. 13 more damage on that marked target. Our dog buff. Yeah, we got it for one more round. Okay. Keep wrecking the pews. You guys in front. Chop your way through. Every subsequent pew does get a little bit tougher than all of the previous ones. It'll take us a little longer to get through these. Brody taking some stress. Just 11. The stun is really more problematic. Here comes the rubble. Okay, that hurt a lot. Snape's at death's door, but he's not bleeding and he's not blighted. Calamitous Prognostication. A vision of something falling. You don't say. Okay, so keep doing the work. 12 damage on the Prophet. Snape, you got to heal yourself there, but what an ideal time for a 0-point heal. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't have gone better. Yep, we're screwed. What are the odds that that happens? A 0-point heal followed by a fulminate? What the fuck are the odds of that? I hate everything. Well, there's another trooper dead. God, they're dropping like flies now. I mean, we're gonna kill the guy. We've got this fight is pretty much won. But Snape, god damn it. He got hit for all of his health in a single attack and then got hit by a fulminate. What are we supposed to do to stop that? Okay, 23 damage. It did not matter how much damage Henry Blake took. Henry Blake is probably also going to die, actually. Unless we can kill the Prophet. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, unless we can kill the Prophet before he gets another chance to go. Henry Blake can heal himself, but he's gonna have to live through a blight. We really should mark him. We'll get more out of having him marked than we will out of just going. Okay, 14. He's marked unto death now. Got his eye on... Okay, beautiful. Oh, a critical stress attack. That's perfect. And we're stunned. And Nicholas Brody's resolve is tested. But he is focused. He lives for this. Oh, okay. Blake survived, so lick your wounds there. It's not going to do you much good, because as soon as this rubble comes down, you're going to be right back at it. Yep. This guy fulminates again. I'm going to be supremely pissed. Okay, Calamitous Prognostication is fine. We should be able to kill him and win this fight and salvage something out of this. I'm real salty about Sever. Every time we're just losing people to just ridiculously unlikely hit combinations. A 21-point critical point-blank shot kills Ned Stark. And then Severus Snape just... Alright, well, we are going to eat this food. We are going to try and camp after this because we should be able to ditch our stress, but we want... I mean, each of these is 1,250 gold, so what can we take? We can take exactly Junia's head. Well, we're not going to need any more torches. We're definitely not going to need that key. Not going to need these anti-venom because I brought them, but never really got a chance to use them because every time I needed an anti-venom, it was, you know, too late to not need it. Sly eye patch. We could pick up... I'm probably never going to have an abomination, but these things are worth a considerable amount of gold. We don't need this dog treat anymore. And honestly, we have no real use for the shovel. Might as well get rid of those. We'll take these. We're going to continue adventuring just so we can camp. That's another trooper down. We're, you know, there is a limit to the number of people who can get killed. On the way into the dungeon, we can only lose a maximum of 10. Because you're going to lose 3 in the dungeon against the boss, and if you lose them in that fight, you still lose the campaign. Very salty. We've just gotten some rotten-ass luck. Just rotten luck. Therapy dog, sure. We're gonna come out of this in pretty good shape, except for being down. And here's another thing. We've just crippled another one of our sort of go-to teams, also. Plan takedown. I mean, I guess we'll track because we've got some time. There's no trail. Just, yeah, we're done. Just let's get out of the dungeon. We're gonna get ambushed and somebody else will die. Sure, why not? Okay. As far as ambushes go, this one is not too terrible. We could, yeah, one of those bone rabble stumbled upon us and then just got immediately chopped in half. We're in fact probably gonna get bonus stress relief. Yeah, we got bonus stress relief out of that fight. And a shit ton of bonus gold as well. No, don't take the citrine. No, we want the sapphire. Bonus, okay, bonus cash and prizes. And then what is that, like the lime wedge that we're supposed to bite into after the bitter tequila shot of the bullshit that you threw at Severus Snape, Darkest Dungeon? No, I'm not having it. That's straight up horse bucky. It's what they would call in like a fancy French or a fancy Italian restaurant, garbaggio. Straight up garbaggio. On the plus side, we did get a potential third member for our other team. You're clumsy, which is -5 dodge. Replaced to Blutomania. That's a horrible downgrade. And Slugger for Henry Blake, 10% damage to melee skills. And I mean, it's something. We could switch Henry Blank to a front rank runner and have him go up there and be clubbing people for the stun. Medical breakthrough. The medical ward is free. All right, who's got diseases? Anybody got a disease? Trinity has a disease. Don't know what it is, but we're getting rid of it. You only have on. Actually, ennui is fucking terrible. Is that our only disease? That's our only disease, because the only other person who had a disease is Severus Snape, and that disease was cured by death. Fantastic. Well, of all the things I can say about this Darkest Dungeon run, and I can't really say much good about this Darkest Dungeon run, but the one thing that I can say, we're living up to the theme quite well. We got that part where, what, you can't gamble, but anything else is fine. Here, just go get drunk, Shane. Like, just go get mind-numbingly blotto, blackout, crushing drunk. Can we upgrade our stagecoach yet? No. What do we need? Armor smithing at level 2. What do we need to get armor smithing to level 2? Blacksmith. What do we need? Show me what I need, blacksmith. I need 20 deeds, got 12. We have 32 crests. We need some of those, but we got 39 busts, and we are doing exactly jack shit with those. Let's trade some in. So we want to turn those into deeds. Nope, not portraits. Busts. These actually trade pretty well. 12 to 8, which is exactly as many as we need. That gets us armor smithing to 2. And we could now, in theory, we could upgrade this. No, go to the stagecoach. Can I make this go away, please? How do I close this? Just go away. I don't want to trade any more heirlooms. If I go here, will it go away? Nope. How do I make this go away? There it is. Yeah, I'm going to pay 15 grand for a sun wing. What are you, insane, nomad lady? So what do we need to upgrade this? 8 portraits. 12 crests. You know, we have 5 portraits. How do these trade? What do I got to do to get 3? Man, portraits are apparently quite pricey. You know what? I think it's worth it. It is. Why is it portraits to upgrade this thing on the stagecoach? That doesn't seem right. It is, in fact, portraits. Okay, all right. Do it. Execute the trade. Oh, God. So we've got just enough. That means we'll get some experienced recruits on our next round. It also increases our barracks size, I believe. No, we didn't. We did armor smithing. Well, we had... Who's available here? Go away, trade heirlooms thing. Who's available? We got a seeker. Well, I mean, we got an occultist. Cytomania is obsessed with food. Is no big deal. Beast Hater's quite good. Eldritch Hater is both quite... He's almost got the right skills as well. Abyssal Artillery, Weakening Curse... We would have to buy him the Mark ability. We want Vulnerability Hacks, and we'd want Sacrificial Stab. But we've almost got a replacement for Snape. Not that he's actually a true replacement, because now he's well under-leveled to be running with the team he's designed to run with. And that's really the problem that we're having, is we got a bunch of people who now can't run with the team they need to run with. I suppose we could try and power level. It almost seems like we're going to be forced to. But it's... you know what? That's a quandary for another time. Let's just be happy we killed the Sonorous Prophet. We got in, we got out with a minimum of damage to the Snape of Severus Snape's, the nape of Snape's neck. And that the nape of his neck was severed from the rest of his torso. And probably his head, too. They just cut the neck right out of the middle of him. I'm going to wrap this up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see whether we can outrun the death counter or not, might consider subscribing as well. Posting episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.